Hello Capricorn! Welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is the Sun card. We sometimes get the Sun card for you. This is not the first time this has happened. And it's a very good sign. I think we really are coming into our own here. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Wow. This is a very magical and very productive set of cards already. This is really tremendous manifestation. And as always, if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. But I might be asking you for some sunshine, to be honest with you. We're going to finish up with the Path of the Serpent here. Oh gosh, yeah, this, man, it gets better and better every week for you, Capricorn. I really do mean that. Let's quickly select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite deck. And we're just going to kind of randomly select a card here. And we'll let our frog friend keep an eye on that for us. And that's the card that we're going to reveal at the end and see if it can tie everything together, you know, give us the confirmation that we need. So what do we have? Well, we've got major, 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 and then major, major over here. But on the vertical axis of the Path of the Dove, it's all major arcana. We have the Magician, the Magus, Mercury, we've got the Sun, we've got the Lovers. That's pretty spectacular, I've got to say. And how that is playing out in your life horizontally is with this fire, earth, and earth. And then over here we have water and air. We need that, okay, to balance things out. And then we've got more major arcana cards. And interestingly, in this reading, we have 3 out of 3 of the cards that we usually get for you. We always have this discussion about the Sun card with you, Capricorn, and how it feels to me like you're always working toward letting your true self shine, so to speak, right? I think that there has been times in your life, maybe in the past, maybe young adulthood, childhood, where you were kind of, let's say, encouraged to dim your light a little bit, okay? And I feel that strongly about some past, either maybe it was one particular relationship, maybe it was the way you grew up, something like that. But I feel like that's no longer there, right? And then not only this, but we also have the Hermit energy, which shows up a lot in your readings. Not only that, 3 out of 3, we also have some Cancer style energy that shows up in your reading. This happens a lot. I think we've hit the trifecta here. I think we've achieved our hat trick. And this is really a major, major blessing. First of all, your attitude. You're cheerful, you're loving, you're generous. You are you're exuding this love and light, right? And this bliss. And I think that you have such an optimism right now. I think you're filled with light. You're filled with spirit. You're filled with creativity. I think this is really coming into your life. If you're not feeling the Sun card yet, get ready, because this is what's coming. I think it's coming down by way of this Magician Mercury energy, right? Because they're it's flowing one into the other. So I think with these two, you're really going to receive some confirmation from the universe around you. I think Spirit is kind of reaching out to you direct, right? I'm not going through an intermediary. I think it's going to be an absolute certainty that that you're fulfilling your will, that you're doing what you should be doing. It's really a full spiritual activation. And we just have to be open to it, right? We have to be aware of those messages coming in. We have to be receptive, right? This Mercury is kind of like your antenna, your spiritual antenna that has to be turned on, right? We can't hear the music if we don't turn the radio on. I don't know who listens to the radio anymore, maybe satellite radio. But this is really that direct divinity coming down into your life, okay? And I think it really does illumine you. I think it gives you an absolute certainty of what you're doing, where you're going, the work that you're doing, the relationships that you're in. We have a little question about a relationship. We'll get to that in a minute. But this path of the dove energy is just so productive. It is spirit manifesting, becoming physical, operating here on the earth plane. Okay? Can't get any better than this, literally. This is probably the best configuration of energy that we've had for Capricorn, at least in what I can remember. Down beneath everything, we've got this Lover's energy, all right? Now, this is, I think, kind of this question that you've had for a while, that it's kind of been lingering about your path in life, about where you're going, about the things that you're choosing. I think it's part of this divine message, this influx of spiritual light and enlightenment that you're receiving right now. This is really a direct download. I mean, this is, with Mercury up there, it's amazing, really. I think that you're going to, any doubt that you have over the choices that you've made, the path that you're taking, those doubts are going to vanish, okay? I see that you are fully marrying yourself, committing yourself to the work you do. It's either the work or a relationship. I think it's something more, it's more physical, more earthly, I guess. I don't think it's a love relationship. I think it's either a business relationship, it's a domestic thing, it's something with your creativity, maybe with your art, with your creation, okay? And I think that you've had some doubts recently over, did I make the right choice? Am I going in the wrong direction? Did I choose the right career, the right job, the right artistic medium? Did I choose the right people? Did I choose the right home, the right place to live, So there were a lot of choices that I think are becoming questions for you. I think these doubts are going to vanish. I really do. Because with Magician and Sun card, doubts vanish, right? The absolute truth and the reality of your situation is going to be crystal clear. You're going to hear the message loud and clear, okay? So your doubts are going to vanish. There might still be one question, though, that I think will be answered, but not in the kind of way we're expecting. We're going to jump ahead a little bit since we've already broached the subject. To this 10 of Swords, it's in the position of your dynamic with something in your environment, a relationship that you have perhaps with someone. And it may have to do with this Cancer energy. Now, I don't know if there is a Cancer person in your life or another water sign, maybe. But I feel as if you're trying to extend your love to someone, or you're trying to connect with someone, maybe platonically, maybe romantically. But I feel like that is a wasted effort, okay? I feel like you're not connecting with that person, though you're still trying. And that is some of this certainty that you're going to receive. This clarity that's going to be brought into your life. I think is going to let you know that this effort is rather wasted, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. We'd rather know that we're putting a lot of effort into something that isn't for us, right? That isn't going to materialize. This remains in the air, right? This is something, it's a castle in the air, so to speak. We're trying to construct this relationship. Maybe we're reaching out. Maybe it's a business relationship or something. Maybe it is platonic. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or maybe it is romantic. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's really a romantic thing, though. But I feel as if you are really opening yourself up, trying to make this connection with someone, but it's like a castle in the air. It's just going to kind of blow away with the wind, and that's all it's going to be. Okay? This 10 of Swords doesn't materialize into an Ace of Discs. Okay, I feel like this is where the air energy stops. And that's okay, because we'd rather know that this thing is not for us than to continue putting effort into this into this air and have it not go anywhere, and then it's just more and more of our effort. So that's something that we need to consider as we move forward in the next few days, in the next few weeks. We do see so much of this good earth energy right here. It all begins with this creative fire, though, in the recent past. This is kind of the rocket booster that's propelling you forward. This was or maybe still coming, a really, really great idea. This is you receiving such inspiration, maybe to a new creative project, a way to renew your spiritual aspirations, a way to just reconnect with yourself, a way to perhaps take this clarity of vision, this spiritual influx of light, and manifest it, right? It's the new inspiration for you to take really all of this major arcane, all of this spiritual energy that we see on this middle pillar, complete chakra activation, how to translate that into tangible results, into manifested reality, into proactive, physical universe, physical reality stuff. Okay. And this is kind of the source of it all. So I feel like this is the inspiration for you to really try to find the intersection between matter and spirit, right? Trying to find that kind of location within you, solar plexus, heart energy, sun energy right there in the center. Trying to find the intersection between matter and spirit, right? Between heaven and earth. And that is that sweet spot of enlightenment, of nirvana, of Zen, that is giving you this, sense of power, perhaps. Not exactly power, but it's like a spiritual confidence, kind of. That is really putting you in this manifesting mode. Because I feel like it really is kind of about this business or this art or this project or this life that you're constructing. We have all of this really great earth energy right here. So you start the work. Here's the Prince of Discs. You begin the practical things. You're doing the work. You're out there, keeping busy, let's say, every day. And as you are busying yourself with these practical things and with this construction or this project, this building of the life that you're doing, you receive this kind of spiritual download, this information that kind of makes you stop for a moment, right? This is someone now who has kind of received that fire energy, right? Receive this fire that kind of becomes a more subtle spiritual light and kind of stops what they're doing and tries to receive it, right? Allows it to kind of, permeate their body and their soul and gives them just a brief moment, I guess, to survey their life. This is you really now looking at everything and understanding the choices that you've made, right? It's that moment where you pause and you now feel the certainty about all of your choices because you stop all the busy work, right? You're doing your work, you're building, you're constructing. We kind of have to look up every once in a while and look around and see what we've accomplished, right? So I think this is a good moment for you to stop and appreciate how far you've come, right? For you to stop and really allow yourself to feel this full, middle pillar, full chakra activation, okay? Because I think it'll give you an appreciation for what you're capable of, for what you've already accomplished. It'll give you certainty, for another thing, over all the choices that you've made to bring you right here in the center of this, heaven and earth, the intersection here. And third, it will give you a clear vision of the future, of where you're going, what you're doing with all of this. What are you trying to build? Perhaps you didn't even really know exactly what it was. But now I think you can see the bigger picture. You can see the final outcome of it all. I think it looks really nice. I really do. Let's move to the Path of the Serpent now. Put these cards kind of back where they were. So the Path of the Serpent, we talked about this Knight of Cups, and I think that this is the effort that you were putting into this partnership or relationship previously. Again, could be romantic, could be platonic, but I feel like it really was an authentic part of you. You were really trying to reach out and connect with someone. But it didn't amount to anything. It's been a lot of effort and nothing has materialized. Okay? And I think that's as far as it's going to go. So I think Spirit is kind of telling you, look, whatever this attempt was, your energy can be focused somewhere else more productively. Okay? But what we see next is this Hermit energy that we talked about, but it's in the position of what you don't want. So this could be the idea that you really don't want to stop trying for this relationship. Now, maybe it is romantic. Maybe it does have to do with this Cancer person in your life. You know, maybe, and this could be a friend, a family member, could be your significant other, a spouse, could be someone you live with. It could be that we're trying to take that relationship to a new level, or we're trying to add to that relationship some kind of additional partnership or additional next level to it. Maybe you're trying to get them in the business with you, or to come along on this spiritual journey with you, or something like that. There's some kind of connection that you're trying to make that's not materializing. And what you really don't want is to have to turn your back on that relationship. Right? You don't want to disengage from that, so it's difficult for you to accept the Ten of Swords. Feels like to me feels like we want to keep trying, thinking that eventually these 10 swords will become an Ace of Discs. Hey, maybe they will in that mystery card. We don't know. Could be. But what we don't want is we don't want to turn our back on that person or that situation, that attempt. Now, the Hermit card is also kind of an isolating card. This is a card that says, well, you know, do you need time to yourself? Do you need to be alone for a little while? And we don't want this energy. So I feel like what it's saying is that you really want to be in the mix. You really want to be involved with people and with things. You want to be busy. You want to be immersed, right? You don't want to be kind of sequestered and, hermit, monk kind of thing. So we don't want this energy. Do we need this energy, though? It's possible. This card always shows up for you, Capricorn. So I think Capricorns always kind of need a little bit of this, right? This is knowing that you have a fortress of solitude within you, maybe in your home, maybe a room in your house, maybe a certain place out in nature, a park, or something that you like to visit that gives you this kind of isolated feeling that you can just, that you can just kind of unwind. And maybe that's where you go to receive the spiritual download, So we may not want hermit energy, but sometimes, I think all of us really, sometimes need a little hermit energy, okay? And I think this is just saying to look inside and be aware of this chakra activation, this spiritual download, this middle pillar enlightenment that we're talking about. Because if we're so immersed outwardly, externally, we may not be aware that this is going on. It is going on. But whether or not we focus on it, that is going to determine our perception and our experience of it. So we may not want hermit, but sometimes we need hermit. Okay, I think this is important in this position. This is really it's quite revealing, I think, in this position of the spread. Next card, Fool energy. pure expansiveness. This, I think, is really saying, you know, among other things probably, but that your life is just expanding. Your awareness is expanding, right? That you are making everything this kind of, every activity, all of this work, all of this, everything, this spiritual activation, this creativity, this ambition, this success, the building and all of this that you're doing, you're turning everything into this majestic, spiritual kind of quest. You know, everything has this sense of wonder and of mystery, and it really sparks your curiosity and your enthusiasm. It's like everything feels new. Everything feels like you're doing it for the first time again, like a child might experience something, and it's kind of mind-blowing every moment, you know? And that's your consciousness expanding. That's your awareness expanding. That's your soul being open to everything again. And yeah, maybe you've done this work before and you've had spiritual experiences before. But with this Fool energy, everything's going to feel new, right? And that, I think, is so intriguing that, yes, we don't want to retire into a little cave and be a monk and invoke the hermit energy. No, we want to be out here just wandering around, experiencing things, right? Smelling the different flowers, looking at the different rocks and, you know, the different people and the bugs and everything and all the experiences. So this is the really intriguing kind of, you know, external focus. It's all expansiveness, it's all consciousness, but without self-consciousness. Now, the Hermit is that self-consciousness. These two cards are almost opposite cards, right? They're kind of. They have a secret similarity in their potency, in their ability to create, in their fertileness. But they're kind of different modes, right? One is outward expansive, but not self-conscious. One is extremely self-conscious, is focused on this light within. The Fool is focused on all of the light without. Okay, so I think these two cards are just talking about balance a little bit too, that we need to have both, right? If we're going to fully utilize this spiritual activation to produce whatever you're seeing, whatever you're looking at. I can't see what that figure's looking at in the distance, but you can. These are your eyes. So you know what you're looking at. You can see the picture now, right? You can see the entire landscape, kind of a 360 camera. You know, you can see all of it. And this is what you're creating. And not only that, but this Mercury energy too is very focused. This is your ability to manifest whatever your will is. We have to have the vision. We have to know what we want. We have to be certain of our decisions. We have to know what we're looking at. We have to have the confidence, you know, to do it. We have to have the inspiration, the motivation, that spiritual light and creativity. And then, yes, we can manifest. This is the magician that is orchestrating all of this. And these are the workers that are creating it all, that are doing the hands-on, doing the dirty work, right? So we have Mercury up here at the very top of the path of the dove. And these are all of Mercury's tools, right? Most magicians in a typical tarot deck will just show the magician with the wand. And this is the wand. And all of the elements down below on their table that they're utilizing, and this is their equipment, right? Their laboratory where they're working their magic, and they're creating these things, right? Creating the reality. And so this is the same situation. We have the magician up here with the wand, and these are the elements down below that it needs, right? So this is very nice. I'm very excited for what you got going on. But let's look at the mystery card now. Thank you, Frog. Kind of even looks like a lily pad, doesn't it? I don't know what to expect here. Maybe art or temperance. Maybe this will be the Ace of Discs. Maybe this will be a Six of Discs, or maybe a Six of Wands. I think I could probably get behind, but let's just find out. Well, it's a Six of Swords. It's a Six of Swords. Usually with the Six of Swords, I would say, look, you're getting away from a bad situation. You're putting some kind of energy behind you, right? And you're moving forward. You have now a clear vision of what's in front of you, like we have here, and you're moving away from something that wasn't working, right? The card here is usually talking about a voyage by water, by sea, right? It could literally be a voyage, like a long distance kind of trip, which I guess back then when these cards were designed, there was no air travel, right? It was maybe train or you take a ship somewhere if it's overseas. So a long journey, anyway, that may take a while. So this card's saying, look, whatever you're seeing out here in the distance, it may take a while to get there, right? This is a really big picture. So be ready for it to take some time to fully develop, right? This card is also talking about getting away from something that's not working. We're going from the 10. Okay, we start with the 10. We know we're not getting that Ace of Discs now. We know that this situation, this relationship is not going to materialize. So what do? We start climbing back up the ladder. We go from 10, 9, 8. So we're trying to work our way back up to clarity, right? Kind of, we're getting away from this. We're going back to clarity. Well, this is the 6, so we're halfway there, right? This is having enough clarity to know that we've got to keep moving away from this and go towards this. So this is a very poignant card. I think it's very apt for our situation. I think this explains things very nicely and shows kind of exactly where you are at right now. With this information, with this energy here, I think that this is kind of the halfway point, you know. And I think this is a very good confirmation card. Now we're going to do an extended, and if you would like to stick around for that, just click on the link up here. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings. We just do 3 additional cards, usually 5 or 10 minutes, just to explore some different energies from this reading. But this reading, I think, should tell you pretty much everything you need to know. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you from becoming a member to the channel. It's a great way to support the channel and to support the work that I do. So I do appreciate memberships. But I'm just happy that you're here and that you're watching this, okay? So please hit the like button, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.